Agua, agua, es como los chinos esto. Este es como el tour de los chinos. Estamos con la...
Tenemos una fogatita
Ya podemos
para
comer
hacer.
ahí adentro. Muy bien. Ahí hay caravana. Miren ahí con esto. Y estamos esperando unos minutos para entrar.
I'll be your tour guide today. Now there are a few rules we're going to talk about before we can go on down. One, there is no running, jumping, skipping, or pushing in the caverns. Two, there's no eating, drinking, smoking, or chewing gum. Doing any of those things, there's a trash can right down there. Also over there, so please take care of that for me. Also, we're going to be seeing some small bodies of water. Please do not throw anything in them. That includes trash, toys, your children, or your tour guide. Alright, now you guys are allowed to take pictures. Take as many as you like. But do it while I'm talking and not while we're walking. That way we don't get separated. And of course, let's all stay together. And my very, very, very most important rule, please, please, please follow it, is do not touch the rocks. Oils that naturally occur on your hands are very, very bad for the caverns. So let's all say it. Do not touch the rocks.
Do not touch the rocks.
Alright, we got it? Alright, let's head this way then, guys. Looking at you. Alrighty guys, so some fun facts for you. There are 71 steps that go down to the caverns. Guys, that is the easy part. Because there are 71 coming right back up. Contain your excitement, please. Also, if you look right over there, you will see a White House. At some point during your tour, and I will let you know, you're going to be underneath that White House, about 90 feet under it. And we're going to walk right out, stand underneath the flagpole. And lastly, you're going to stand underneath your cars in the parking lot today. So it's going to be pretty darn cool. But for right now, all you have to do is hold on to the railing, and you can follow me. Anyone ever been here before? Yeah? Awesome. Anyone visiting, or are we all just local today? Visiting? Where are we from?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, okay. Anyone else visiting? Where are you from?
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay, that's pretty far. Where are you?
Argentina.
Oh my goodness, wow. You win the prize.
I hope it's $1 million.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I hope it is too. All right, oh, you guys, how about you?
I'm from Trinidad.
Oh my gosh. What is bringing you guys all here today? Are you guys here for the park? Are we visiting family?
Yeah.
Family.
Family.
Okay. I'd love to know what brings us here, because sometimes we get people from all kinds of crazy places. That's awesome. All right. Well, welcome anyway.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So we're down here. This is the Satara Creek. That flows into the Susquehanna River, which is not too far away. And the Susquehanna River got its name from the Native American tribe, the Susquehannocks. And they used these waters to hunt, travel, and explore. They also had a settlement right across the creek from us, which leads us to believe they probably knew about our caverns, which they could have used as a giant refrigerator because they're always 52 degrees all year round, or they could have used them for shelter. We don't know for sure because the Susquehannocks did not have any written language. So they left no writings in or about the caverns. They left nothing inside because the early European explorers who came in after them took any artifacts they would have left out with them. Alright, and since then the caverns have had many different names, including Hummelstown Caves, Echo Caves, Indian Echo Caves, and of course Indian Echo Caverns. And we were first commercialized in 1927 by the Bieber family. No relation to Justin Bieber though.
See, I'm like that.
Got excited. Alright, and the first tours were actually given in the year 1929. Do you guys have any questions so far? Ready to go
It's
inside?
okay.
We're done talking about caves, let's go in one. Alright, everyone should have received up top a piece of paper. Has a letter and a number on it. You can get that out, I will collect it when we go in. You can please enter with the group you came with, that would be helpful. Alright, here we go.
Oh my God.
Alright.
It's a freezer.
Alright, you can go right down to my light.
¿Te saco una foto?
Chao, los veo más tarde.
It's okay.
Está refresco.
Very good. This is called the entrance room. We're not very creative here. So then we're going to come back out here in about 45 minutes.
Se lo
And
vi,
it will then be
hermano.
called the exit room. Very good. Alright, now let's come over here. We're going to see a lot of cool colors. Only a few of them are not supposed to be here. Notice of this dark set you see along the walls. That is smoke candles, lanterns, and fires. That is smoke damage. If you see that again, you're going to know that there was once a fire there. Also, we're going to see some plant growth around the lights. That's just the spores that naturally cling to our clothing. Pull off, get a little light, a little bit of water, and we get plant growth. And lastly, you guys are going to see some writing on the walls. Back here, someone named E. Smith put their name on the wall. Alright, people also used to think it might be a good idea to try to advertise in the tavern. So behind here it says, in Lebanon, buy Roush's pretzels. Alright, well, has anyone ever had any Roush's pretzels? That's good, because they went out of business over 100 years ago. Probably because of some bad advertising. Alright, lastly, so you guys feel nice and welcome. A big old hi. Alright, folks, we are going to keep on going. I just need y'all to watch your heads right down here. You can follow me. Alright, everybody, so this is the largest room in the cavern, and it is called the Indian Ballroom. It stretches 110 feet across and 49 feet high, and right above your head, about 90 feet up there, is that White House I showed you earlier. So that's a little something to think about while we're down here. You guys have a house on your head right now. Alright, now this room, as well as most of the caverns, was formed by two very old streams. One that flowed down the Eastern Canyon, and one that flowed down the Northern Canyon. Now that water came in through cracks in the ceiling, and it flowed in here, started to swirl around like a big old whirlpool for millions of years. Look out up here, you can actually see where the water swirled. And then the water table dropped below the floor, which is why they're no longer in here today. Alright, but since then we do have a lot of cool formations. Get your question?
Is it limestone?
It is limestone. Alright, we also have a lot of cool formations that grow here in the caverns. Like this guy up here. Anyone know what this is called?
Stalactites.
It's called a stalactite. The stalactites, they hold tight to the ceilings, they don't fall down. That up there is our largest stalactite, and we like to call that our Indian ear of corn. Alright, now stalactites, like our other formations, actually do get bigger. They grab help with water. Water comes down as rainwater, down to the soil, down to the ceiling, picks up lots of different minerals like calcium, drips those minerals right onto the formation, leaves them behind. Takes a very long time though. Stalactites grow about 1 inch every 100 years. So if you look right up here behind you, you can actually see some baby stalactites. These are only about 100 to 200 years old. So yeah, they're the babies. Alright, and so when the water drips down from the ceiling, we get a stalactite. The water hits the floor, we get a stalagmite. Very good. This guy up here is our largest stalagmite. We like to call him our new guardian, although most people say he looks like Jabba the Hutt. Alright, now stalagmites grow a little faster than stalactites. They grow 1 inch every 75 to 90 years, which is not much better. But eventually the two do come together, they meet right in the middle, and they lose their cool name, and then they just call a column. There's our largest column, and it is about 3 million years old. Okay, and lastly guys, we have the fastest growing formation in the entire cavern. Grows a whopping 1 inch every 35 to 50 years. It's called flowstone. And this is actually what our floor used to look like before it was gravel. Do y'all have any questions so far?
Oh.
Up there? This one here? That's a stalagmite. Alright, so guys, I have a question for you. Did anyone get dripped on when they came in today? Yeah? Alright guys, it's actually a good thing. Because if you get hit in the head with water while you're here today, it means you get 1 year of good luck. If you hit the nose, 5 years of good luck. If you hit anywhere else under your body at all, it means you, my friend, are getting wet and you should probably move.
So I got it in my
We're heading down the Eastern Canyon now, we're going to see what we can see.
Buena suerte si te cae
¿Cómo?
agua en la nariz. Son 5 años, es buena suerte. Si te cae agua en cualquier otro lugar, movete porque te estás mojando.
Tusi kausaita nina pampamki kai kauka kausaita Gaurang minina sungguh cikiga Raurang minina sungguh cikiga.
Alright guys, so this room is called the Blue Room. It's called that because of all the blue limestone in here. It's also our driest room. But what this room lacks in water makes up for with a pretty great story. Do you guys ready to hear a story?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you guys can do better than that. Do you guys like to hear a story?
Yes.
Awesome. Alright, well, this story starts with once upon a time. There was a mummy and a giant. They lived right here in the Blue Room. They sat up on that ledge every night, and the mummy would read the giant good night stories. One night they were sitting up there as happy as could be, but they heard a very loud noise, sounded something like this. Achoo! Well, it scared the mummy, so she jumped off the ledge, and she hit the wall. Which made her drop her storybook right there. Then she fell from the wall and she ran out of the caverns as fast as she possibly could. Well, that scared the giant, so he tried to follow her, but he forgot he was a giant and he bumped his head. Well, then he fell over and his big giant foot hit the ceiling. Well, then he got up and he ran out of the caverns too, where he met the mummy. And they said to each other, what was that horrible noise we heard? The only person they could think of to ask was the cave wizard. So they came back in and they saw the cave wizard with his long white beard. They said, cave wizard, what was that noise? Oh, the cave wizard, he just laughed. He said, ha, you don't need to be afraid. What you heard was just my friendly dragon, Charlie. His Charlie, his eye, his nose, his mouth, his long tongue. Big long neck, his claws, and his wing. Wizard said he seems so damp and chilly down here in the caverns, Charlie's getting a cold. And what you heard was Charlie sneezing. But so he won't scare you anymore, I'll make him a nice glowstone scarf and a blanket to keep him warm so he can get better, and you can come back and live in the blue room happily ever after. The end. Alright, well I certainly hope you guys enjoyed my story. We're going to keep on going though, so I need you all just to watch your heads right here. I like to call that the wishing rock, because if you ignore it, you'll wish you hadn't. I know guys, my jokes are pretty bad, but rock humor is hard, so don't take it for granted. Alright, last person when you get here, can you please raise your hand for me? There you are. Alright. Oh, there you are. Okay. There you are twice. Alright. So guys, now I'm going to show you something we very rarely get to see. That's called total darkness. So the early explorers came in here and they didn't have these great lights like we do. So this is the only point in the tour where I'm going to ask you guys to turn off or cover up electronic devices so we can see what that would be like. If anyone is wearing any light up shoes, please just stand still for me. Why do all the adults check their feet? Alright, well it's only be for about a minute. Just make sure all of your electronics are off for me. Alright, and we're going to close our eyes. And then we're going to count to 3. Well guys, right now we are standing behind the lighthouse. Behind the lighthouse there is a tree line, so we are back in the trees. Back there, there's actually once another entrance to the cavern, and it caused quite a bit of trouble. It would let in extra rainfall, which is bad for the caverns, some wild animals, and on occasion, the local teenagers. Which was a problem, so I closed it all up. You guys have any questions? What?
No. Are we going now?
Yeah, turn around.
Well, you can if you want.
I wait for you guys here.
Any other questions? Alright, well then thankfully, this room is called the Dead End Room. Because we are at a dead end, which means we're going to turn back around, head back out to the Indian Ballroom. You guys can go right ahead, I will meet you there. No climbing for us today.
You guys remember?
You know how to get up?
Kawai kuwas panci, kusirit kuta, kawawas panci, takirit kuta, kawai kuwas panci.
Right out of the lettuce wall. And slide right over the side. Perfect. Alright, so guys, behind you right now, there's a man-made wall, if you couldn't tell. And behind that, there is a pump. That'll help us get all the extra water out of the caverns when we get too much rainfall or a flood, which does happen often. Does not happen often, sorry. Our high water mark was back in 1972. So Hurricane Agnes came through this area. It flooded us all the way up to there. Yeah. So guys, that was pretty darn bad. We had to stop doing tours for 6 weeks because we had to pump out all of the water that was in here. We also had to redo all of the lights in the caverns, which there are thousands of them in here. So it took quite a bit of time. We also had another storm back in 2011, and it came through and it flooded us right about to where our waist is. So not too much fun either. But thanks to our pump, we don't usually have to experience anything quite like that. The other thing is that caverns are naturally very wet. So that pump kicks on all the time just to get the extra water out. Otherwise, we'd have water swirling around our ankles right now, which I don't think we would want. All right, now also behind us here is our wall of imagination. So if we use our imaginations up here, guys, we can see a lot of cool stuff. So has anyone ever been to New York City? Yeah? All right, well, right up there, we have our very own upside down New York City. Like I said, use your imaginations, otherwise it looks like rocks. So what is New York without New Jersey? Below that, we've got our cave owl. And below him are our lovebirds. And they're all sitting on a tree made of jellyfish. Right over there, we've got a mom holding her baby. We also have a big, giant, fluffy bunny. Here's the bunny, here's the ears. eyes,
Oh, God.
his nose, his big puffy cheeks. There's his whole bunny body. He's got tail back there.
Fluffy thing.
He's even got a paw. And you know what? That bunny, he's eating a carrot. But like most of us, even though he has a carrot, he'd rather have a Hershey's Kiss. All right. Well, folks, in just a second, we are going to head down the Northern Canyon. But before we do, I need to warn you, because we are going to see some red lights. When we see the red lights, does not mean stop. It means duck. There's low ceiling coming, so please watch your heads, okay? Just make sure you guys are going very carefully through here. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to make sure we're good to go, and then we'll head on in, all right? 1 sec, folks.
Dar el agua. Se puede ver, ¿lo ves?
Ah, sí.
Porque si no,
Se inunda.
si no tuviéramos agua en los pies,
Claro, ya estoy inundado.
todo el tiempo.
Claro.
Y también se inundó 2 veces. 2011 y se da por la cabeza. Y antes también, no sé, los 70 o algo así.
All right, guys, there's another group going to come through here in just a sec. What we're going to do is we're going to take a big step towards the side. Make sure you all stay right to the side, to your left. All right, guys, so this is called the Rainbow Room. It's called that because of all the beautiful colors in here. We've got some red rock right up here. That's got iron in it. That's why it's red. We've got some blue limestone. We've got some white rock over here. That's got calcium. And even a little mineral in there called calcite crystal. That's what you see sparkling up there. All right. And this room also has the highest ceiling in the entire cavern, 79 feet high. And even above that is the flagpoles, and maybe a chicken or two running right above your head as well. All right, now that's about 125 feet above our head, so we're at our lowest depth right now, okay? Now this room does have another cool story. You guys ready for another story? Yes! All right, well, I like the story better. This one is a true story. It starts in the year 1919. There are a few boys, they're exploring the caverns. They looked up, right on that ledge. They saw a small blackish brown box. They had no idea what was in the box, or who put it there, or how long it's been there. So they climbed up and they got it down. They opened up the mystery box. Inside, they found 17 really old coins. The oldest coin was from 1288 in Morocco. The most current dated coin was from 1915 in what is now Turkey. And also inside the mystery box, they found some small gems, a vial of mercury, and a formula that said it would teach them how to make diamonds. It said to put coal in the box, pour the mercury over it, put it at the highest point in their town, hold it above their heads, and wait for it to get struck by lightning. Sounds pretty dangerous, huh? Well, I certainly hope they didn't do that, but they did keep the box and the coins. They passed it around throughout their entire lives until the year 1968. By this time, most of the boys had passed away, but the last remaining boy, his name was Russell Zygers. He still had the mystery box. And he realized he was getting to be pretty old by this time. He wanted to give the box back to Indian Echo Caverns, as long as we keep where people can see it. Which is what we have done and will continue to do. So if you guys go back up to the gift shop when we're all done here, right by the front entrance, you can actually see the mystery box and the coins. Do you guys have any questions? All right. Well, then, folks, what we're going to do next is we're going to head down this passage. We're going to go up about 4 steps to a place called Crystal Lake. And we're going to go through a man-made passage around Crystal Lake to the wedding chapel, which is where you guys have to hear me talk again. Sorry. Please remember to watch your heads, and you can follow me. Alright,
Water.
and make it as far in as you can, please. As far in as you can. We're all gonna fit on this bridge, believe it or not. Feel a little bit of a tight squeeze.
Se calci.
Alright, can we take one more big step in, guys? See if we can condense a little bit. Let everybody come in. Alright, guys, so this is called the wedding chapel. And it's called that because, well, people actually get married in here. We've had over 50 weddings here in the caverns. Most of them happen right here. Have had a few in the Indian ballroom because this is a tad bit small, as you can imagine. Either way, though, it's kind of a rocky start to your marriage. You guys are also standing on the bridge above Wedding Lake. Wedding Lake is different than Crystal Lake. Wedding Lake is about 8 feet deep when it's full, whereas Crystal Lake is about 6, and they are both 52 degrees, just like the air temperature. And right now, guys, we are standing under your cars. So up there, yeah, we are in the parking lot. So you can wave hi to your car. It's up there. And of course, there are a few cool formations in here as well. This up here is our wedding cake. Not have a wedding without a cake. Right over here, we've got our bridal veil. You can see some more of those calcite crystals in there as well. That's what's sparkling up here. And of course, a church organ. Now, if you guys notice something a little bit different here, this church organ doesn't look like the rest of the formations here, does it? Kind of a different color, looks a little more overgrown over there. That's because that formation is no longer growing. It was touched so many times that the water can no longer run over it. The oils that are left behind by people's skin make it so the water that helps the formations grow can't run over it anymore. That's what happened up here. So it actually stopped growing altogether. And so it started to discolor just a little bit and even cracked just a little down here at the bottom. Alright, so this is what happens when we touch the rocks. So this is a good reminder because we want the formations to look like this one, not like this one. Okay? Are there any questions?
How many times does something like that have to be touched?
Es porque
Many,
la
many
gente
times.
tocó el
Hundreds of
santo,
times.
la raíz, y porque la gente lo tocó, paró de crecer. Y ya está, se arruinó.
Well then,
¿Ves la
guys,
diferencia?
this is
Sí.
yet another dead
Es
end.
porque la
Which means
gente
you have to
tocó
turn
esa
back
piedra de
around.
ahí,
Back
porque
as
la
you
gente
need
la
in
tocó
ballroom.
con los
Please,
La grasa.
con la grasa y todo eso, paró de crecer la piedra y ya está, se arruinó. No va a crecer más y no va a tener el brillo este.
If you guys didn't get to see, you can step to the side. Cool. side. Please make sure you hold on to the railing. These are the original steps from the 1920s, which means they are uneven, they might be wet, so just be careful. Alright, since you guys have been doing a pretty good job of not touching anything while we're here today, I am going to let you guys break that rule one time because there is actually one rock we are allowed to touch here in the caverns. They're the ones that grow on the handrail. So there are some other handrails down here. So as we go down, make sure you do hold on to the railing. Check out those rocks and you can go right down to that little room. Okay, go ahead, make sure you check those out. They're pretty cool. It's the summertime. They come in, they start shedding the hats, gloves, Alright, so guys, right now we are in the Wilson group, named after a man named William Wilson, and he actually lived here for 19 years. He lived here for 19 years, and he was called the Pennsylvania Hermit because he lived a very, very secluded life away from society due to some unfortunate events in his past. Alright, now Mr. Wilson did befriend one farmer whom he worked for in exchange for food and clothing. One day when he was supposed to come to work but did not, the farmer came in to look for him and found that he had passed away the night before. This was in 1821 when he passed away. And so according to his wishes, Mr. Wilson was buried in an unmarked grave. The burial site and cause of death of William Wilson remain unknown. Although we do know a lot about his life here at the cavern because he kept a very extensive diary. He wrote every single day about his thoughts, his feelings, and his ideas. His diary is actually now located in the Pennsylvania State Library, which is in Harrisburg. Anyone have any questions?
What? Just on the floor, or did you go up?
He would use a rope ladder to tie it right here. That would climb up and get to his bed, which is right there. We want to set it up there for a few reasons. One, it was probably very wet down here because, the pump was in, so it would have been a little more water on the ground. And also, it would have protected them from any animals that would want to come in. Because we don't have animals in here anymore, other than that, salamanders. Animals don't come in here because there's no food. But if he was bringing food into the caverns, he would have had to experience some pests.
Lo que es un subway.
¿Subway? ¿Qué pasó? ¿No como el Subway?
Sí.
Muy bien, con bebida full. Mira, miren el tamaño de la bebida. Está extendida. Y mira, es de teriyaki, de pollito teriyaki. Y ahí hay un personaje de ficción, comiendo también, que come tuna. Y con potatoes. Está en el partido de, ¿cómo se llama? De béisbol. Claro.
Sí.
Yep. Yep. Muy bien, vamos a comer. ¿Está rico, Mita? ¿Probaste ya?
Vamos a probar.
A ver,
Te
pruebe.
estaba esperando.
¿Y yo qué me pedí acá para tomar? Cherry Coke, regular. Acá estamos en Ross. Y allá a lo lejos está Marshall. Pero bueno, vamos a ir a Ross porque tienen vestidos para la señora. Ahí vamos. Bueno, acá estamos en el basement que tienen. Este es el garage en realidad, que sale al nivel de la calle, de la parte de atrás. Y ahora estamos en el living. ¡Hola, Fina! ¡Tan, tan, tan, tan! ¡Hello!
¡Hey!
Oh, your face! Bad face! Okay. Do you like video? No, no.
I don't like video.
Hello. I come for the TV only.
Oh, by all means, yeah.
55 inches.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Actually, 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's counting?
Fine?
¿Apoyo acá?
Sí, sí, ahí va. Ahí está. Bueno, acá estamos todos. Muy bien.
Pickles, tomato, and lettuce. No mayo, no ketchup.
So you only want pickles, tomato, and lettuce?
Correct. And cheese.
You want cheese?
Yes.
¿Por qué acá? Esta tiene más luz. No, bueno. Pero le falta una silla.
Que sea romántico.
Pero le falta una silla.
Ahí ponemos un...
No, no.
¿Y Alon por qué no quiere? Porque estuvo comiendo en casa. No sé.
Vio cómo las hacen.
Sí.
Good service. Yeah. Ay. Oh my God.
No, ni idea. Abrimos. No,
Muy
like he
bien.
videotaped
A ver.
everything.
Oh, I mean, this is
I'm
like
gonna do this.
free disgusting food.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Pasto.
Edible garbage, yeah.
Muy bien. Con quesito, esto es pollo.
Pollo
Muy bien.
grise.
Uy, tiene una salsa barbecue.
¿Quieres?
So special. ¿Me pueden dejar en paz?
Peace. Very, very good.
You're gonna get it.
Am I?
Yeah.
Bueno, vamos a comer.
Real bad.
Yo tengo la mía.
Bueno,
bien.
basta. No toques.
Don't touch the...
Don't touch my food.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep this actually.
Very good.
¿Qué son dos?
¿Dónde estamos?
En el Walmart.
La última noche, ¿cómo nos vamos a estar en Walmart? ¿Dónde vamos a estar la última noche? En el Walmart. ¿Dónde pasamos la última noche? En el Walmart. ¿Qué te pasa? Ay, Walmart. Hasta el año que viene.